Hi, my name is Alex and I crave life. Ever since I was really young, I can remember having a lot of existential thoughts about what happens when you die. And the earliest one I can remember was when my great grandma Gladys died. I was about 4 or 5 years old. And this was a lady who adopted my grandma as an orphan in the war. So she was really important to us. And when she died, it was the first time that I saw my mom cry out of sadness. So from that point on, in my mind, death was in the category of really serious things. And so growing up all through elementary school and all through grade school, and then up to undergrad too, um, I would be kept up at night sometimes with these thoughts. What's death like? What happens when you die? Do you just lose consciousness, or if God is real, um, and therefore heaven and hell are real, and where am I going? And these thoughts were really scary, and they would keep me up at night, and I would lie awake in bed for hours and look out my window and walk around in my room, lie on the floor, and just thinking about death and being scared. And yeah, it would drive me nuts, and I couldn't do anything to get these thoughts out of my mind. But I found that these thoughts only came to me when I had free time and had free time to think. So as I grew older, my solution was to avoid these thoughts by doing a lot of fun activities and filling my time with other things like sports and school and fun wildlife and nature activities and getting drunk with my friends. And so I would go to bed tired, and then I wouldn't have the energy to think about life and death and all the stuff that would bug me. But that was just a band-aid fix because yesterday's fun doesn't last till today. And on days where you didn't do anything exerting, I would go to bed not too tired and have these thoughts come to me and bug me all over again. But one fateful day in Virginia, I used to work there as a hawk trapper. It was one of the fun, cool wildlife things that I used to do. We had just caught a hawk, so I was resetting the bow net, which is a trap we use to catch them. It's two metal bars that join in a circle, and it's spring loaded, and one arm comes up and snaps down to trap the hawk inside a net. And as I was setting it, I was leaning over it, but the trigger slipped, and then it came down, and I jumped back, and I thought I dodged it because I didn't feel anything. But then I put my hand to my mouth, and it came away super bloody. And then I licked around my mouth, and I realized I'd lost a tooth. Like it just clean sheared right out. And these things come so fast, though. They can crack skulls and even kill. So I was spending all this time trying to avoid death, and I still had a pretty close brush with it. So over the next few days, I felt Jesus was saying to me, Alex, quit trying to avoid death. Though you deserve it, I died for you, and then I rose from the dead, thereby defeating it and glorifying myself by giving you life in me. So quit trying to find life apart from me, quit trying to avoid death, because you won't find life apart from me and it won't satisfy. And I can honestly say that since I've given my life to Jesus and yielded to what he was saying to me, I don't have these thoughts ever anymore. I'm not afraid of death. I still have thoughts about dying and how unpleasant that might be, the process, that is, if it's drawn out and slow and painful. But the death itself I don't fear anymore. And I see it all over God's Word and Jesus' promises. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus also said, I have come that you may have life and full, and have it to the full. And one more, perhaps one of the most well-known promises of God in the Bible. Jesus says, For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. So my name is Alex, I crave life, and I found it in Jesus.